We have a seasoned competitor here for the Reach Level 100 speedrun in Minecraft. He's going for a groundbreaking strategy of sitting there and doing literally nothing. It looks like it's working well for him as he reached level 30 rather quickly. People in the community call this AFK. It looks like he's approaching level 100. Oh, this one's gonna be close. But he hits level 100 at just 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is gonna be a record-breaking personal best. For zero lag and pretty minimal resources, I would say that's a pretty freaking good XP farm. Time for some calculations. With the amount of XP this farm generates, you could get from level 27 to level 30 to do level 30 enchants over 200 times. This is obviously way more than any person could use, so this farm is easily scalable to any size you need. That's right, we're going back to school. So as you can see here, I graphed a bunch of points for the number of tridents required based on the number of armadillos. The number of tridents required was to keep the average number of silverfish below 80. This meant that there would be very little lag caused by the farm. And as you can tell, it's fairly linear. Whenever you have a linear relationship, it can be modeled by y equals mx plus b. In our case, b is going to be 0, because when you have 0 armadillos, you're also going to have 0 tridents needed. The important number here is the slope, which is m. In our case, this is going to be 2/3. This means that for every armadillo, you're going to need 2/3 of a trident to handle the number of silverfish it's spawning. So for instance, in the intro, I had 24 armadillos, and hence I needed 16 tridents. If you have a better computer, you can increase this number. Or if you need less XP, you can decrease this number. With that out of the way, let's go to the materials. For this farm you will need at least 1 stack of blocks, 3 redstone dust, a lever, a piece of sand, and a cactus. You're also going to need 2 redstone torches, and optionally a dispenser, this isn't required. You're going to need 2 buttons, 3 trapdoors, 3 fences, 3 leaves, a composter, at least 1 or 2 water buckets. You're also going to need armadillos, at minimum 2. You can breed them with spider eyes though. You're also going to need a zombie, and a name tag is optional. Alternatively, you can do this. By dropping an item on the zombie and having them pick it up, they will no longer be able to despawn, as demonstrated here. This is most doable in hard mode, although it's possible in normal as well. If you're playing on easy, you're going to have to get the name tag. Once you've got everything ready, let's begin. As you can see here, I made a footprint for what the farm is going to be. The emerald blocks mark the corners. You're first going to want to start by making an infinite water source, because you're going to need a couple buckets of water here. Make sure to grab some buckets too. You're then going to want to start by placing blocks here and here, sand here, and a cactus on top of it with a composter on top of that. Place blocks here, 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 and then you're going to want to place a button at the end of this. This is going to be the water stream for the XP to flow out of. You're then going to want to place dirt like this. This is where the zombie's going to go. Alternatively, you can put actual blocks there. You're also going to want to build a staircase up like this so you can lure the zombie in. Next, you're going to want to raise these by 1 block and put a trapdoor here and open it. This makes sure the zombie will think it's a full block and he'll just fall in. Finish the staircase and then lure over your zombie. This can either be the name tag or the zombie holding a block. Climb up the stairs and he should fall in. You're then going to want to mine all of these spare blocks. Also make sure to pick back up your trapdoor. You're then going to want to place blocks like this. Place some scaffolding like this, so you can place your dispenser facing into the composter. This is optional. Alternatively, you can just throw the potions by hand. You're then going to want to pillar up 3 blocks on each of these, and an additional 1 block. You're then going to want to place blocks here and here with redstone in between them. Next, you're going to want to pull out your leaves and place them in these 3 blocks. Surround these with stone so the water doesn't flow everywhere. You then want to place down your fences like this, with your trapdoors on top of them. Make sure they're facing into the blocks like this. Place an additional block here and here, with 3 more like this. You're going to need 1 final block over here. Next, you're going to want to place the water in for your leaves. You're then going to want to come over to this side, pillar up 3 blocks of scaffolding, and then place 1 actual block. Place another one beside it with redstone torches on both of these. Place redstone above it, and then blocks on top of the redstone torches. This will make a really fast clock to open and close the trapdoors quickly, killing the silverfish with the tridents. You can then place a lever to turn off these trapdoors. Remove the scaffolding once you come down. You're then going to want to remove this leaf block and place down 3 temporary blocks around it. This is so you can get the armadillos in the composter. Build a staircase up, and then place your minecart tracks on top of it. Earlier I forgot to mention you need these, but they're only for the movement, they're not going to be permanent. Place some additional blocks here so the minecart stays in place, and then build a little minecart loop like this. Once you lure your armadillo close enough to the zombie, they'll curl up in a little ball and won't move anymore, which makes it really easy to move them. You can then just push your minecart onto your armadillo, and slide it all the way up into this hole. Then make sure to punch only the minecart, not the armadillo. Repeat this process until you have as many armadillos as you hope for the farm. Just remember that with more armadillos, you're going to need more tridents. Once you've gotten as many armadillos as you need, mine all these scaffolding blocks. You're then going to want to be able to place back your leaf block and put 3 permanent blocks right here. Remove the rest of the scaffolding. You're then going to want to place 3 blocks here so the zombie is permanently sealed. Next, you're going to want to come around to the side and bring your tridents with you now, and place 3 temporary blocks here so you can throw the tridents without picking them up. You want to aim into the corner of the block and move very barely over between trident throws. For my farm, since I did 15 armadillos, I'm going to need 10 tridents. This means 5 on each side. I've done lots of testing to figure out this setup, and spreading them evenly over the trapdoors gives significantly worse raids. This is because when the silverfish crowd up, they spread to the corners. You can then remove the scaffolding blocks and climb down. You're also going to want to put splash potions of infestation into the dispenser. Congratulations, you have finished the farm. Now flick this lever to make sure the tridents aren't in the block and that they're in the trapdoor. They should all fall down like this. To start the farm, flip the lever and press the button to shoot an infestation potion into the silverfish. If for some reason this farm is still causing you lag, you can just remove a few of the armadillos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, go check out my channel for a bunch of other ones. Also, if you have any questions on the farm, join my Discord. Link in the description.